the Sportscast live, Juicy Whip Studios. Back here, just me and the old man. Back in the early days, I like it.
Right.
You know, the last few weeks have been pretty crazy on this show. Not saying they're not going to be crazy tonight, because me and the old man was a party. It's going to be a good time.
Yes, sir.
Back here, we got Game 4 of the NLCS.
About
to start. We're coming to you on a Wednesday here for all the podcasters. Back here, you guys, again, check us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, YouTube, all the good stuff. Instagram, follow us at Sportscast. I don't care if I'm plugging shit in the beginning. You all can kiss my ass. I'm going to go off on a lot of the haters today because that's what I do. I like to piss people off.
Right?
That's why I wore this shirt. Do you see what my shirt says today?
Hang on.
Huh?
Let's see.
Look what my shirt says.
Yeah, you were.
Right?
You were?
I brought the shirt today just to piss people off. You have to watch the show to know what my shirt says right now. To all you haters out there. Don't
blame me.
Don't hate.
Don't
I'm
blame
not a front
me,
runner.
man.
I'm not a front runner. I actually think I'm a really good fan of my sports teams. I do.
Right?
And I'll get to that later in the show.
But who is going to turn down that seat? I don't care what team you follow.
People are like, what are you talking about?
Right?
We'll
if I called
later.
Chabby's right now and said, hey, I got a seat for you. $2,000 seat.
Yeah.
15 rows back in the dugout for a World Series game. You want to go?
Raiders, for the Raiders.
Right? And it don't cost you nothing. You want to go?
Yeah.
Right? You want to go?
At a neutral stadium with the Raiders? Come on. You do that.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I got Super Bowl Raiders in the Super Bowl. I got tickets for you. You don't want to go?
Suck it. We'll get to it later in the show. Got some anger to spit at you guys.
A lot of hate mail out there.
I do. A lot of hate going on. What the hell? We're getting to the holiday season, people.
Even from your friends.
You know, Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you people? You're all savages.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah, you're all like that.
Right?
Dinner was full. Party poopers.
All right? Don't let this world hate get to you, man.
And you know what?
We're here for your entertainment.
If I change my opinions, I live in America.
I could do that.
Right? Because
America! Fuck yeah! So lick my butt, suck on my balls. America! Fuck yeah! What you gonna do when we come for you now?
that's right, I'm living in America. And you guys can all suck my balls if I want to change my opinion on things. I'm allowed to do that.
It's my prerogative.
There's
Bobby
plenty
Brown
of people
said, right?
on FS1 that change their opinions, hypocritical
Right?
people.
Right? Every other week.
I
I like going back to when they had their early prediction, this and that, and now they're all, dick sucking on some team
where
that they
Colin
thought
was right, where
Right?
Colin was wrong.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Just don't even get me started on
You know
him.
what? Speaking of people getting hate, I'm spewing hate. I think it's just feeding off of me because I'm hating on people. I'm hating on Colin today.
Yeah, I told you.
I'll start the show off with that. I'm hating on Cowherd today. People asked me, hey, well, basically it came down to Cam heard that they're doing, you know how we do the picks, and you and Cam like to go out and guess the spreads, and you guys have done that. We've done that on the show for a long time. And now Cowherd does it on his show, or has done it. People say, oh, he's been doing it for a while. Like, no, we started this a long time ago. He does basically the same segment. And me and Knocker are getting plain all pissed off at people stealing our
shit, man.
Doug Gottlieb using our fucking intro song for background music. Can we get some plug for that? Because I found that, I'll give it to the YouTube user. He deserves credit. The guy that made that on YouTube.
Absolutely.
But that thing had no hits when we had it. I found that.
Exactly.
It had under 1,000 hits. It wasn't even known on YouTube.
Exactly. It blew up because of us.
Us.
That's right. Whether that's
Sick
the
of
truth
it.
or not doesn't matter. We think it's the truth,
God.
and that's all that matters.
And you said what? They're doing some on
Petros
Petros
and money.
Hell.
We do our bong rick, stoner thoughts, blah, blah. We're stoner-based show as it is, right? Now, all of a sudden, they have what they call quick hit with a... And then...
Oh, they used the bong toke sound?
Yeah, like, come on, man.
Dude, it's ridiculous. Stealing our stoner something like this.
Stoner nuts!
Stop stealing our fucking shit.
At least invite us on the show.
You know? God
Give us
damn it.
something.
You know, my God, at least Frank let us come in his garage.
Right?
You know?
Right?
Say, come on over, I have a garage.
Don't!
You can even sit on the couch.
You can even sit on the couch and drink tequila and fall over before you leave.
Whiskey.
You're welcome. Oh, was it whiskey?
Whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
It was whiskey.
Yeah, that whiskey.
That was
Knocker doesn't get whiskey dick. He gets whiskey body.
Oh,
he
my
just
God.
goes completely
totally limp.
jello.
That was bad. But, enough whining.
Enough wine, yes.
Enough whining. But
Yes.
you know what, man? Just... It's nice to be noticed.
It would be
nice. We're
nice.
being noticed that they're doing that kind of shit.
God damn it.
Somebody somewhere's hearing us.
I feel like pissing off another owner of an NFL team.
Do it.
I swear to God.
it.
I'm about to call some people some sluts on some team. Swear to God.
All right.
All right, enough with that rant. Moving on to number 2. Now, real quick, over the weekend, Knock, I was in the city of Vegas, baby.
Yes, you were.
I had a great time in Vegas over the weekend. Hadn't been there. Now, I've been in Vegas. Usually I go about, I'd say 2-3 times a year, usually around that, maybe even more in the past, Knocker.
Well, this birthday thing for your brother-in-law is an annual kind of thing now, right?
Yeah, we kind of go, and we go.
Well, people, you have to understand this, too. Josh isn't just going to Vegas. He's going baller style.
I don't like
okay? He's not getting, the comp room with the 2 free buffets, all right? He's not getting, the 2 double beds in the smoking room back in the corner on the first floor. No. When he goes baller freaking style.
I am very blessed. Thank you. I'm not even religious, and I'll say blessed.
Right.
I'm grateful for that. Yes.
So he's seeing the other side of Vegas that most of us never, ever see.
We had the penthouse at the top.
Well, you go to the menus, and there's no prices on the menus.
No.
Right?
There's no prices. There was a place, let's just say, the place we ate for his actual dinner on Sunday. We went to all really good restaurants each day. But Prime Steakhouse at Bellagio is one of the best steak.
Oh, I've been there.
Oh, yes. It's the best steak I've ever eaten in my life. It's the best steak I have ever eaten in my life. I get the peppercorn one. Oh, my God, get it medium. It's freaking fantastic. And there was a steak on there for $694.
Are you serious?
No joke.
And you could have ordered it, and he wouldn't have batted an eye, huh?
He would have maybe batted, but he would have let me do it.
He would have done it.
He would have done it. It was that it was a good time. It was all good times.
That's cool.
In Vegas. You had a really good time, but I wanted to get Knock at the craps table. Now, you got me into craps.
Right.
I mean, you made me all the degenerate.
You are. You're my offspring. There is no doubt about it.
You have made me a degenerate at that. And I thank you for that in many ways, because it has been fun, but yet has wrecked my life in many ways.
Right? Craps though, when it's on, there's nothing like a hot crap table. That just sounds weird. But there's nothing like a crap table when it's full and someone's shooting the dice and it's just rolling.
It was fantastic. I sent the wife. She went to the spa, and I wanted to get her out for that day, Saturday. Right. Get out.
Right. Go ahead, honey. You take care of yourself.
And also,
I'll find something to do.
Yeah, and I like gambling. If I do gamble during the day, especially on craps or blackjack, it's the only 2 things I play. Because the tables are lower. You go to a table, it's $25, $50 a hand. I mean,
right.
If I could play 15s, 20s, even 10s, I mean, I'm cool with that, right?
But Friday night, Saturday night at the Bellagio, it's $25 a shot.
We sat down, $20 craps table. Okay, midday. I was like 1 o'clock. Sat there
at Bellagio.
At Aria.
At Aria.
Yeah, we went to dinner at Bellagio.
Okay, but you're staying at Aria.
Yes, and so
in a penthouse.
Yes.
On the top floor.
Yes.
With a jacuzzi tub.
Yes, and a sauna too.
And a sauna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I felt kind of weird. I took a lot of baths this weekend.
Go on.
And so, not gonna get to this table, and there's a bunch of guys from fucking either Jersey, Italy, somewhere that Jersey, Italy kind of type, right? Just like a group of them.
Sure.
And this table's kind of going off, and I kind of slide in, right? Mm-hmm. I slide in. I start playing just.
But you're always afraid to break the juju of a table that's hot too. You're always kind of hesitant. Do I get in? Are they going to hate me if I get in?
I watched a little bit, and it felt like a good. I like it on a good atmosphere craps table.
And they weren't eyeballing you off the table.
No, they weren't eyeballing me. I got a lot of love. Got in there.
Cool.
Played. I sometimes like to be the asshole and play the no pass.
Right.
And root for that 7 because hey, let's say it. Vegas wins for a reason, right?
Right.
Okay. So sometimes I'd be like, I can be the good guy. I'm going to play the pass line.
Okay.
Played a couple pass lines. A couple numbers hit. Dice rolled around. All right, then it gets this guy from Jersey called Louie.
Big Louie! Big
Louie's been hammed. He's at some kind of party function where, these big Jersey guys, come on, Louie, you motherfucker!
Throw the bones, Louie, throw the bones!
All right, I'm going to go in on this guy, dude. So he rolls out.
So you go ride Louie.
He goes right off the being. He goes 7-11. Hits like 4 in a row, just hit there. He hasn't hit the number yet, right? So then he hits the number. I believe it was a 5. I want to say it was a 5. I end up, numbers of 5.
Wow,
I end up
tough number.
I always play 6, 8, and 10. Give me 6, 8, and 10, right? Playing 6, 8, and 10. Boom, rolls. Doesn't get it. Boom, 6. Rolls again. Boom, 8. Nigga gets it.
Wow.
Boom, 4. Boom, 10. Boom, 9. He went boom 29 straight times without hitting the number.
Wow.
on 6 and 8, and I'm just pressing it. Oh my God, it was insane. And then he hit the number on number 29.
Did he really?
Nailed it. The place went
A
fucking
5. He hit the 5.
Oh my God. I walked up with $100, left with 700 knocker in about 2 hours off of just that guy.
Isn't that just great?
And the dealers were just, I have not seen something like this.
Now, huge respect to the stickmen and the payers who run a table like that.
Dude,
you mentally
madness.
have to be on your game because there's so much money going in and out. And you have to know your shit because they will put a knife in your hand if you shortchange somebody who knows what they're doing. These guys are professionals.
There's some Knocker, you bring up a very good point because I like to play for the dealers a lot. I play a lot of the hard ways,
right?
Because they pay out, and a lot of times they hit. The hard
sure,
ways aren't
absolutely.
bad.
I like playing those,
especially if it's the number. If it's an 8, I'm playing hard 8, $5
sure.
all day. Hit that 30 to 1 or whatever it is. But yeah, it's insane with the people yelling their bets, drunk people trying to reach for trips when they're not supposed to, and they're putting them out, counting it out. Guys shuffling sticks, dude. I tip them out all the time because it's fantastic.
Very impressive to me. Very impressive.
Unbelievable.
Hardest job in Vegas.
I'm telling you,
is that table when it's rolling.
Oh my God, unbelievable. So knock that. Yeah, that was my Vegas.
Very cool.
It was something I don't think I'll ever see that again.
So you will
29 times. He's like he counted. He's like 20. That was 29 times. Like that was unbelievable. I've never seen it. It was unbelievable.
Your late father-in-law held the dice for over an hour in Tahoe one time.
Yeah, he said over 45 minutes. Yeah, this one was about 45 minutes.
Yep, he held it for over an hour, dude.
Insane.
It's insane. From Chabby right here. My dad and I bonded over sports and gambling. He taught me craps also. Generational degenerates. Yeah, baby. That's what we're talking about right here.
That needs to be. Oh, there we go. He did hashtag it. Oh, I'm going to keep that going. That's great. Generational degenerates. We need to. That's the next T-shirt.
Right. That's a good name for a band.
Dude, that is for a punk band,
right? Yeah. Generational degenerates. Yeah, that's my dad on bass.
That's my dad on bass. That's fantastic.
No, my dad's the bass player.
That's fucking fantastic. So yeah, it was a great time. But as I was saying, not to bring it down from that point, but
then don't. Then just don't. Let it go.
Okay, well, I'll let
it go. You had a great time.
The other way.
No, don't do that, man.
Because don't do it.
No.
Yeah, don't ruin. Okay.
No, don't ruin a good time, man.
Okay.
Just screw that.
All right, moving on. Second about a good time, Knock. Like you said, we were hitting it before the show. I'm getting hate throughout all day because I tweeted out I am going to be going to Game 1, the World Series.
Nice.
Dodgers look like they're going to go. They're up 3-0. Game's going to be played Tuesday or Friday, depending. We already have the tickets. It just depends when this series finishes out between the Yankees.
Right.
It's a bucket list for me. I've been getting hate all day because people are like, Knocker, how can Josh go to the Dodgers? Doesn't he always rip on him all the time? He hates the crowds. He bashes them all the time. He's an Angels fan. What the fuck? He's just a front runner. He went to the Anaheim Ducks playoff game last year and rooted for Nashville. Yeah, I rooted for Nashville because I'm a Kings fan. If I go to a playoff game, I'm going to root against my biggest rival, which is the Ducks, right?
Of course.
If you go,
sure.
You're going to root for Nashville.
I used to go with Sonny all the time when we used to go, and I'd root for the other damn team.
Yes.
Forget it.
That's what you're supposed to do. And I've got Mr. Crippled Zombie on Twitter throwing out jerseys, throwing out hate remarks. Daniel getting all crazy on it. Like, dude, it's a bucket list, man.
Who's going to say no to a World Series game?
Knocker, these tickets, I'm sitting like 15 rows behind Dodgers dugout. It's unbelievable. It's a dream come true. It's going to be awesome to go. Knocker, I've never been to World Series. I went to the Angels ALCS when they won the World Series that year. And I went to the game last year, Dodgers Cubs in the playoffs. And I tweeted out earlier, it was a different experience. I had a good time. It seems to have changed. And I like, as much as I hate the Yankees too, I like these two teams because they're just young.
Got to.
There's something about these two teams that I like. And I don't care if I'm a fan of a different team. I like them. I'll admit it. I'm not ashamed of it.
Shouldn't be. It's a World Series, man. You got to go.
And I want to see the Yankees. I'm sorry.
You got to go.
I want to see
Dodgers Yankees. It's what it's all about.
Game 1,
it's
Dodgers,
like Lakers
Yankees.
Celtics. Nothing better than Lakers Celtics. I don't care who else is in the league. Lakers Celtics.
There might be another one of these for 29 years in Los Angeles. How can I not go?
Been a long ass time.
Right, so just save the hate.
Well,
save the hate.
They haven't been since you were born.
Right.
88.
Yeah, 80. I'm saying Gibson was the last time they went there.
So
and the very first game, and just very first game I ever went to was with Dan Back. Shout out to Dan Back. First game I went was with you, and it was a Dodgers game. So, I'm at Angels.
So we got ODOT chiming in. The most fun is always at the craps tables.
Yes.
Chabby again. My dad will also gladly tell you about when he hit his point of 9 times, rolled for over an hour. Oh my God, people are
It's
gone.
almost better than sex. I'm sorry, honey.
Seriously.
We have a really good sex
It
life.
lasts
I'll
a
just
lot
throw it out there.
longer.
My wife's hot. We have good sex life, but my God.
It lasts a lot longer, and you walk away more satisfied.
And shout out to Chrissy, her sister. Shout out for grabbing Jackie and
Getting her ass
pulling
away
her
from you.
because she came up about halfway through. And this
Oh,
guy's
she did
wrong.
not.
Oh, yes, she did.
Don't break the
She's
juju.
like,
Get your ass out of
she's
here.
Like, my spa's done, my brother. Like, Chrissy,
Get out of here.
I'm like, babe, this guy's on the heater. Get out.
Get out.
And Chrissy,
Get
you
out.
handled it. You smiled at me. You said, I got this. You're getting my shot of the week.
Atta girl,
Atta
Chrissy.
girl.
Atta
Love
girl
you,
knows what's
Love
up.
you. I do. Love you. That was just, oh, my God. So good. All right, Knock, let's get to it. You can call the show 626.
I didn't do anything this weekend, by the way.
No,
Don't
you
worry about
didn't.
me.
I know you didn't do anything. Oh, no, you did.
Let's just get on with the show.
No.
We'll get to it. Shots of the
No,
week.
we
and
have to
stuff.
get to Uncle Don, dude. He fucking
No,
killed
that's
it
shot
this
of the week.
weekend.
We'll get to it in shot of the week.
So we'll get to your weekend story for shot of the week because
Yes.
you do have a huge weekend.
Right.
And I do apologize for not getting to it. I was just so
We're
wrapped
just
up in
soaking
mine.
up the whole damn intro. That's all right, man.
That's what I do on this show. Soak it all up. You guys can all hate me. I don't
That was
care.
a great time. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that
I
was
love
good.
Vegas shit. I
Yeah,
love Vegas
okay,
shit.
so we're gonna get to knockers, and yeah, I want to get your week because I do want to hear about everything. I love the pictures of the family. You had a good family weekend.
Yeah.
I want to hear all about that. So,
Let's go.
All right, knock. Let's get to it. 626-208-9040 is the number. Tweet me at Real Josh Pacheco at Bud Knocker with your questions. We know the Dodgers are going on. Knocker, has it started?
Yes, we're in the top of the first.
And Dodgers already got some runners on base here.
Yep. Runners
We've
on
got-
first, the second, 2 outs. And I believe Ethier's up.
I kind of don't want to start this until I see this at bat.
I believe Ethier's up right now.
Dude, he hit a bomb yesterday.
Hey, good for him, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving what Dave Roberts is doing, using the whole team.
He always got the shaft. He really always got the shaft. I kind of
Well,
thought in
he
LA.
keep getting hurt.
Oh, and
you know?
that's the why, because he struck out right there. But
That's
it's okay,
all right.
man. He hit his home run yesterday. That's right.
It's all right. You keep getting hurt though.
No.
That's what happens.
If
you know,
if me and Knocker lose focus during the show,
it's because we're watching the game.
we're both sitting
sorry.
there watching a flat screen.
If we could split screen ourselves, we would do that. Right? Yeah. On with the show.
Knocker, guess who's in first place?
Oh, you doubters. That's right. You can all suck it.
Everybody throws the hate Knocker's way every week.
Somebody's sitting in first place all by himself. Ain't no ties. Right? All by himself, am I right?
Oh no, soak it in, buddy. I'm telling you right now, really. I've given you a pat on the back.
Right?
Nothing but love on this show.
Had the Chargers this weekend, baby.
And it's not because I think you're a good picker. I just hope we don't have to pay.
Right? We just don't want to pay anybody $200. We're so fucking cheap.
Knocker, good job, man. I do give you props because you go out on a limb on a lot of games here.
Yes, I do.
And you get a lot of crap.
Yes,
and,
I do.
And, you know, you get some wrong, but you do get a lot right. And you really do. And, hey, I'm not saying that I'm only two. I think I'm only 2 behind you or something like that.
Right?
Right?
But you're still looking at my butthole.
Still looking at your butthole right now.
Everybody's looking at my 58-year-old butthole right now.
Though, up in our pigskin pickers, which we'll get to after our
How many I got
NFL
this week? I got
news
9,
and
right?
Power rankings here coming up.
I got the most wins this week, right? 9?
Knocker, you got 9 so far. If I'm just looking off the bat, yeah, look, I'm scrolling down the list. You got 9. I got 8, so I was right behind you. We had a pretty good week, me and you, for a week that was in turmoil.
On Pick'ems, but our posts, we're not even going to get into our posts.
You go from 4 to 1, and sometimes you shit the bed the next week,
Sometimes
right?
you shit the bed.
Okay.
Sometimes you pee the bed. Sometimes,
Hey,
you know,
it
you make it
happens.
to the toilet.
Hey, they don't make Depends for a reason, people, right? Sometimes it happens. You
There's
never
a market.
know.
There's a market
There's
for
a
it.
market for it. Just happens to be in Knocker's age group.
All right, so I am in first place.
You're in first place
Yes.
with 58 wins. Big Kahuna 57. I'm at 56. Irish at 56. Cam's at 56. Love me some skins is there too. And we got
Beast Mode had a bad week, huh?
Beast Mode had a bad week.
Like
Quad
4?
Killa.
What do you get? What do you get? 4
Golden
or
Balls
something?
Deep had 9.
Balls
so no.
Deep, yeah.
And SoCal Storm. So shout out to those two because they
All
tied
right.
you there. So
All
big
right.
shout out for those. So we'll get to all that.
But they gained no ground. That'll be their best week of the year, and they gained no ground on me.
Like I said, enjoy while you're at the top,
I
man.
am,
Just
baby.
enjoy it. It feels good to be up
It
there.
does. Feels
All
good to
right.
be on top.
Let's.
Although I like being on the bottom sometimes, too. But, you know.
We won't talk about that on this show. Here we go. Knock, let's get into the news from around the NFL.
Oh,
here.
there's all kinds of news. Oh, my God.
We'll get to the big storylines coming into this week. Aaron Rodgers, as we saw last week.
Unbelievable, man.
I'll throw up the hit here. I'm sure everyone's seen it by now. Broken collarbone here, Knocker. On this play, the Vikings and Packers. Again, you guys can watch the show live right now. We do show all the video highlights.
Dude, that's not a
Couple
bad
pictures,
hit, not a
clips.
dirty hit.
Yeah.
He didn't even pound him into the ground. He didn't ride him down to the turf. He kind of let up, actually.
I think it's
just one. Believe me, I know exactly what collarbones are. I broke mine 3 times in 6 months playing football.
Very legal hit, in my opinion.
It just happens.
It just happens, that weight on that shoulder. And for someone who, it's just, why couldn't it happen 2 weeks earlier?
Right?
God damn it. You had to come and kick our ass, and he goes out for the season. And
when everybody picks him, right? They're betting on him, picking on him.
Guess where I put that $700 this weekend? Right down Aaron Rodgers' asshole. Got it here, but Knocker, he's going to be out. Was it Brent Hundley going to be the backup now?
From UCLA.
From UCLA. Mm-hmm. I think this kid's decent. I don't think he can take this team, even though they are talented, to the playoffs, especially with already the injuries that are just racking up for the Packers, Knocker. Are the Packers a playoff team now? Even at 4-2 right now, Knocker. I mean, you look at that division, Bears playing a little better. Vikings are still there. They got injuries themselves.
I don't think the Bears can win the division. Okay, so obviously the wild card's not going to come from this division. Mm-hmm. Whoever makes the playoffs is going to be the winner of this division, which is now going to be either 8-8 or 9-7. I don't see anybody doing any better than that. The Vikings have been a real big surprise because they're still winning despite the injuries. The one-legged quarterback they have out there, Bradford.
Yep.
He's giving it his all.
Yeah.
But this was huge for the Vikings to come in and Rodgers to get hurt and to win this game. Puts him right in the mix for Bradford to get healthy again. Because they had it going on after the first 2 weeks. I think they have to be them and the Lions. But then again, the Lions were all that, and now we don't know what we have with the Lions. They were all that after 2 weeks. They lost a tough one to the Falcons on the bad call. Right? They could have been 3-0 at the time. Blah blah blah. And now 2 pretty crappy showings back to back.
Yeah.
I have no idea what they have, no idea where they're going. I think as far as a solidified unit, the Vikings are the best in that division right now with the injury to Rodgers. I think they go 9-7 and they make the playoffs.
I kind of have to agree with you on that, Knocker. It's just, even with the banged up, their roster is just now better. Rodgers matters that much. And you saw the spread. I'm not sure who they're playing this week, and I forget. But Knocker, it was a 10-point swing in Vegas. That's how valuable Rodgers is in Vegas.
There's no doubt about it. He carries that team. There's no doubt about it.
And it's just, it sucks. Really in a quarterback just turmoil here with all these guys getting baked up. Jameis Winston got knocked out of the game last week.
Yeah, I didn't even hear that. Again, I was at the river, so I didn't see a whole lot of anything. What happened to him?
I believe he fell on his shoulder, something like that again, but he was going to be back. He's not out for the season.
Bruised or separated?
Not separated. I believe just bruised. Came out of the game.
All right.
But then moving on with quarterbacks here, Knocker. Andrew Luck, I don't know why they even started this guy practicing, Knocker, just weeks after resuming practice.
Sit him down all year.
Already being shut down because of soreness in his surgically repaired shoulder here, Knocker. What are the Colts doing right now? I don't understand it. This guy is your future. If you want any chance in the next 5 years to get into a Super Bowl, you protect and you preserve this guy's health. And who cares how you finish this year? You want to suck. Just chalk it up to a lost year. Chalk it up. See what your quarterback can do right now, because he is good, right? That kid that they have right now, he's decent. And see what you get maybe on the trade market, or keep him, get the experience, and he's a good backup, because everyone needs a good backup in this league.
Right.
I don't know what the Colts are doing right now.
And the bottom line is the fans understand, right?
Yes.
You don't have to please the fans right now. They understand that your quarterback is hurt and we're not going to win this year. That's all there is to it. Brissett, he looked real good in the first half. But the pressure kind of got to him, and he showed
him now.
He showed his colors, and they pretty much, the Titans pretty much controlled the entire second half of that football game. But we've been saying this, and I've been saying it since even before the season began. There's absolutely no reason to even put a uniform on this guy.
I don't understand.
This is your franchise quarterback. He's just had surgery. Obviously, something's wrong because he's not healing at the pace that he's supposed to be healing at. Just sit his ass down. Yeah. If you have to do surgery again, then do surgery again. But you need to fix this guy and come back in 18, even 19 with something. Get some draft picks, build some team, whatever. Pagano's going to pay the price for all of this, and that's too bad.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to put Andrew Luck out there in a uniform, practice or no practice.
I agree. Just an injury side note here coming in. We're just breaking down the big news coming up into Week 7 in NFL knock. Leonard Fournette appears to have escaped serious injury, Knocker, after he came out with a injury last week against the Rams. He's going to be maybe a game-time decision coming into this week, so just check around for that for fantasy owners.
What's the deal on Emmanuel Sanders?
I'll have to get that injury news. I haven't gotten.
He's a Broncos. He's the Broncos receiver, right?
Yeah.
He went out of the game with an injury. This week also, right?
Yeah, I'll get.
I mean, they're just left and right. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Kuechly is on concussion protocol again.
The injuries that are going on in the NFL.
Violent game, and that's why we love it.
Yep.
Violent game. And like the president says in the most insensitive possible way, they know what they're signing up for.
Yep, exactly.
Right?
They do.
These NFL players, they know what they're signing up for.
Tucker, who's the biggest shit show in the NFL and always will be, no matter what?
The Browns.
The Browns, right?
Yeah.
Remember last week when they decided to go, Kevin Hogan's the answer. He can save us.
Man, they can put Hulk
Hogan.
They can put Hulk Hogan, Hogan's Heroes. It doesn't matter what Hogan. Paul Hogan, the Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan. It don't matter what Hogan they put back there. They're going to suck.
Oh, my God.
The Browns are going to suck. But
Deshaun Kaiser
but you know what?
getting a call this weekend,
They're
Deshaun
lovable.
Kaiser again.
They're lovable suck.
I don't know anymore if they are.
But they play hard. They do show up, and they don't quit, and they do play hard. They just don't have it. Whatever it is, they don't have it. They're not going to have it, and they haven't had it since Brian Sipe retired. Back to the Cardiac Kids. It's just not going to happen. Ozzie Newsome, those are some pretty good teams. You know, the Drive, the Broncos beat them 2 years in a row. Cleveland with Kosar, a quarterback, could have gone to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row without the Broncos being in the way. But my God,
you are one pathetic loser.
It's just the Browns.
So bad.
You make the Jets look good. Right? The Browns make the Jets look legitimate.
Jets are playing their ass off right now.
Backdoor cover, F the Jets!
Fuck you, Jets. And that was a fumble at the goal line. That was a fumble at the goal line. I got that call right. Fuck you, Jets. All right, Knocker. We're not real quick talking about sticking with quarterbacks. As we know, Tom Brady always gets a lot of shit, right? Tom Brady, especially with the cheating stuff that goes on and happened in the past with the Patriots, Spygate, all that stuff, Deflategate. Well, our boys over there at South Park, Knocker. You know we love the boys over at South Park.
I do. You know, I didn't get into the show at the beginning.
Dan Burlington got you into that shit.
Dan Burlington got me. Dad, you got to see this. Dad, you got to see this. Dad, and the best one.
He can
when he showed me when he showed me the NASCAR one, I was sold. I was sold on the NASCAR one,
a good
man.
Episode.
My God,
there's so many
that
good
was
ones.
unbelievably good.
Well, Knock, we have South Park come out with their new video game recently, Knocker. It's called only South Park would have this name for their video game. It's called Fractured Butthole, but it's spelled with B-U-T, like fractured butthole, right? Not B-U-T-T. They tried to be cute. The Fractured Butthole, in which, Knocker, in this game, if you decide to cheat, okay, you get berated hilariously with a Tom Brady joke as Cartman dressed as Bill Belichick. And here it is, Knock, if you cheat in the game.
Oh, the hoodie. I love it.
Fuck you.
Hey, Tom Brady, you want to play the game, or do you just want to be known as a smoke-cheating bitch the rest of your life?
So if you cheat in that game, that's what you hear. One more time. Here it is. If you cheat in the new South Park game, Fractured Butthole, this is what you will hear.
Fuck you.
Hey, Tom Brady, you want to play the game, or do you just want to be known as a smoke-cheating bitch the rest of your life?
It's so good.
God.
You gotta love South Park, dude. You gotta love
And this is
South
what, like
Park.
30 years now, right? This show's been on for like 25 years.
It's going
right?
strong. I mean, Simpsons are still. I think Simpsons are still running new episodes.
Now, have you seen the Orville yet?
I heard
Seth
it's
MacFarlane?
Not. I heard it's. I'm sorry. I love Seth MacFarlane. You know,
Right.
I love all of his.
I
work.
thought it was a great premise, but I haven't seen one.
I don't.
It's not working?
If
If anybody's seen it, let me know.
I can't get into it.
Tweet in and let me know what y'all think about that.
Yeah,
all right?
let us know what's called Orville.
The Orville.
Right? Oh, the Orville. Okay. Just real quick with some other news here. Sticking with the NFL, Knock. As we're covering up to Week 7 already, Knock, in the NFL. Ezekiel Elliott will be back on the field, Knock. Hey, he's back against the Niners this weekend.
This is unbelievable.
As a U.S. District Court judge in New York has ruled that the
this guy's got more lives than Rocky, man. I mean, what the
was
fuck?
subject to judicial review, and the review would be meaningless, basically, if he served the suspension while it was reviewed on the merits. So that means my boy Ezekiel Elliott will be back this weekend against the Niners in a must-win game for the
all right.
Cowboys.
Your team's in big-ass trouble.
Whew, we are.
Your team is in big-ass trouble,
especially with the
man.
Eagles right now. The way the Eagles are playing, and they're going to run away with this position.
And who called Carson Wentz? Possible MVP this year? Who?
Not going to still give you fucking credit for that because you were all over that.
Yeah, and you know what? What really pisses me off is fucking Cowherd riding my fucking coattails on this.
You know what? I've totally turned on Cowherd. And you can't. I've turned on Cowherd almost.
Dude, he's riding my coattails like he called this.
What the fuck is wrong with
Like
me?
he called this. No, I called this. Wentz is the best quarterback in the draft, and then Watson. No, not Watson. It was next draft, but Wentz was the best quarterback in that effing draft.
Yep.
I called it from day one, and he's riding my coattails. F you, Colin. F you. I called it, not you.
Oh, God, dude. So fantastic. I swear to God.
He pisses me off.
You know what, Knock?
And the bitch on the show.
Yeah. Oh, well, we all know.
Right?
Christine Lane's already brought me, so we know my thoughts. Then he brings on this guy, Rob Parker, who just spews nonsense out of his fucking mouth just to get ratings. And Colin's become so just... He's so into himself. Like,
right? He knows everything.
I'm not that into myself. I'm not that interesting.
No, we're not.
I smoke weed. I have a kid.
I don't have that kind of depth, man.
And I'm lazy. There you go.
That's me.
That's it. I can lose a couple pounds. There you go.
Right. You get what you see. What you get what you see. Right here. This is us.
I don't need someone combing my weird ass hair in different styles.
I'm just the guy talking sports because I think I know a little bit about it.
Shit.
But I'm not trying to create nothing.
Damn, knocker.
But anyway, the Eagles, the Cowboys are in trouble. But we were back to Ezekiel Elliott getting another life. He's down to like 7 out of 9 now.
It's almost at this point, Knocker, though, if it's almost like I want him to get it over with because I think it's really hindering him playing this year. I think it's really on his mind. I think that's one of the reasons why he's not having. I think there's many reasons, like the offensive line is not playing as well. But I think that is an issue that I think is not being played as much as it should.
No, I think mentally it has a lot to do in that locker room and what's happening on the field. I really do. I think that's just a distraction that they don't need, and I think it's playing. I don't think he's 100% into football right now.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's not playing,
with
the same emotion, and the team is not playing with the same focus and emotion that they did last year.
Yeah, it's really weird. Well, lastly here, Knock, before we take a break, Goodell, I know we talked about last week, and it's been ongoing in the NFL for last year about the NFL and the national anthem. Well, he came out and said the NFL believes players should stand for the national anthem. He had this to say, Knock, it's about just a minute and a half here. Okay, I want you to hear his press conference. He had some words to say regarding he thinks that players should stand for the national anthem, but also that the NFL right now isn't really going to do much about it because they can't. They got to decide something, right, Knock? They got to decide something that's fair for both sides. So here's just Roger Goodell earlier on players stance to the national anthem.
Again, we believe that our players should stand for the national anthem. That's an important part of our game and our moments, and we believe in that. I think we also have to keep focus on this. We have about 6 or 7 players that are involved with this protest at this point. And this is something that what we've tried to do is deal with the underlying issue and understand what it is that they're protesting and try to address that matter. And so let me finish if you can. So the important thing for us is to be able to do that and take that opportunity to make real differences in our community. And that is really what's going to ultimately be the important aspect for us long term, because this is a long-term issue. We need to make sure we do that in the right way.
Would you agree that the image is suffering because of it?
I understand where our fans feel about this issue, and we feel the same way about the importance of our flag, about the importance of patriotism, and I believe our players feel that way. They will state to you, and they have stated to everyone publicly, they are not doing this in any way to be disrespectful to the flag, but they also understand how it's being interpreted, and that's why we're trying to deal with those underlying issues.
Thank you, Roger. Jim Trotter here, ESPN.
I don't know where you are, Jim,
right here, in the middle,
yes,
right here. You said you want the players to stand, and there's been no change to the game operations manual. My question is, what happens if an owner who still feels that he can discipline a player for taking a knee? What response will we see from the league if that were to happen?
Well, Jim, we just had 2 days of conversations with our owners, of which this was a fair amount of the conversation, and I think our clubs all see this the same way. that we want our players to stand. We're going to continue to encourage them to stand, and we're going to continue to work on these issues in the community. We'll address issues. I can't deal with hypotheticals right now. We'll deal with those issues if they come up. But for us right now, that's our focus.
Okay, Knock. So Roger Goodell, any thoughts on that real quick? You think he was just kind of playing to both sides there? Do you think?
No, I think he was trying to just state the situation as it is. We understand your protest, and your protest is not against the flag. Your protest is not against the soldiers. But if your protest is not against the soldiers and the flag, then stand up.
Yeah. Right?
I know at AT&T, there's insubordination. If my boss, right, it's part of my contract as a union employee. If I on this show disparage AT&T, I can get fired.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So there are codes of conduct with AT&T, and there's codes of conduct with the NFL.
But is this speaking out necessarily against? It's not speaking out against the NFL. Like if you're speaking out against AT&T, that's one thing. But they're not necessarily speaking out against the NFL.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is there's codes of conduct.
Yeah.
Codes of conduct.
There you go.
With the players and the owner.
Yeah.
And if it's in the contracts where the owner can apply,
should he be
insubordination?
Able to apply that, though?
He can apply this as insubordination.
Okay.
Look, I'm telling you to do this, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't go against your, I'm not asking you to work 22 hours and not pay you overtime. I'm not asking you to do anything against federal law, but I am saying, right? I'm asking you and telling you as your boss that you need to do this. It can be construed as insubordination, and I think there's something to that.
But it's the way I feel it, Knocker. It's the way I feel.
I understand that, and I understand the cause that that you are trying to get across, right? But you can't have it both ways. You cannot say, "Well, we're not disrespecting the flag, and we're not disrespecting the soldiers, and we're not being unpatriotic," right? But we're protesting civil injustice and this and that, right? Well, you can't have it both ways. Standing for the flag has nothing to do with the civil injustice. Standing for the flag is respecting America and the country that you live in and all that it stands for, right? Mm-hmm. That simple gesture of standing up has nothing to do with the other issues, right? Yes. So if I'm asking you as an employer that I expect you to stand up just like I would in school for the Pledge of Allegiance, right? I expect you to stand up. You don't have to believe in it, but stand up.
Okay.
Right? I love, and I'm going to get some hate for this because I know I am.
Yeah. Well, of course, you're going to have, You're going to have both sides.
I love what the Dallas police chief said. Okay? All of you players who are not standing up, who are protesting about injustice, we're hiring. We're hiring. And you know what we'll do? We're going to make you a police officer, right, at 1/10 of the salary that you're making, right? And we're going to put you in the area that we're having the problems, right? You want to solve the problems? Put a goddamn badge on.
Yes.
Get out in these areas and solve the problem. But don't stand there as a billionaire, millionaire, and not do nothing to solve the problem. The cops are out there. The cops are out there in the hood. The cops are out there trying to fix the problem.
Yes.
There is a problem. Yes, there is. But if you're that dedicated and you feel that strongly, right? Tillman felt that strongly to give up millions of dollars to go fight in Afghanistan, right? If you feel that strongly and you feel there's that much injustice, then give up the millions of dollars that you're making in a free country, put the badge on, and go fix the problem.
I can.
And I dig that from the Dallas guy. And people might hate me for that, but I think he was right on. You want to fix the problem? Fix the problem. Don't talk about it.
Well said, Knocker. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let that soak as we get to the break here, guys. Knocker, I like that. I like that, finishing out strong like that. All right.
Well, this song that you want to play on my break, right?
Yeah. I'm going to pull this up.
This is what the Yankees.
Knocker's calling all the music.
Right. This is what the Yankees are telling the Houston Astros right now. Okay, right? You thought you were up 2-0? You came into our house? You don't understand. We're the Yankees. So we're going to play a little Judas Priest And this is what the Yankees.
You're going with the top one.
Yeah.
This one here.
No, the top one.
Oh, you want the top one here?
Yes.
I got this one. Can I go this one here?
No, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Okay, here. Okay. Oh, okay. I like this song that you picked.
Okay?
Okay.
This is what the Yankees are telling the Astros. If you think that the first time you make the playoffs in 2,000 years and you're up 2-0, you think you got it? Well, you know what? You got another thing coming.
Oh, from Judas
And that's
Priest.
what Judas Priest and the Yankees are telling the Astros right now. You got another thing coming, homie. Because that's what's going on right now in Yankee Stadium with the Yankees and the Astros. Little Judas Priest for you.
All right, we'll be back right
on
after
the
this.
Sportscast.